are your early memories of Dusty in WWF?
Dusty in the WWF?
Yeah.
Well, actually, the first time I met Dusty, they just brought me in from Japan, and we're in the locker room, and S.G. Jones came in.
Right.
And he started talking to SD, and he started using the N-word and this and that. And I'm sitting there. Now, this guy don't even know me, right? You know, what gives you the right to even say that? So I didn't say nothing. I just, okay, all right. So now, after he left, I called SD over, and I called him out. And I said, why do you let him talk to you like that? What's wrong with you, man? Oh, he's my man. I said, no, he ain't your man when he's talking to you that way. You never let nobody talk to you that way. What's wrong with you, man? Oh, okay. So now, 6 months down the road, I'm in Japan. There's the Madison Square Garden Tag Team Tournament. He's on there. Stan Hansen and Dusty against Dick. No, excuse me. I got it wrong. It's Dusty and Inoki against Stan Hansen and me. They wanted me to do the job. Sakaguchi sent a word over. Okay, let Dusty pin you. So you go back and tell Sakaguchi that ain't going to happen. And I never refused to do a job for anybody because I didn't care. Right. I was in this to make money. I didn't have the big ego. So, what do you mean he ain't going to do that? That's what he said. He ain't doing it today. They wanted to beat me, let Inoki beat me. And it ain't happening today. You know. So then finally, they said, okay, we're going to change it around. Inoki's going to beat Allen. And he goes, for why? Said, you go talk to him, right? So he came over and he asked me, why do you want to do it for me? So truth of the matter is, I don't like you. And I said, you try something in the ring and I'm going to stress the hell out of you. And that's the only time I ever threatened anybody in the ring. And I meant it too. I was going to beat his fat butt in the ring. And so Stan goes, just don't go crazy. Okay, so what are we talking about, Dusty?
Dusty.
Okay, so I told Dusty, I said, it ain't going to happen today. I'm not doing no job for you. So now we get out there, and Stan and I, we're beating the crap out of him. I mean, we're just throwing him everywhere. He's taking bumps all over the place. When the Inoki would come in, we would sell like a champ for a Inoki, right? So now we get into the bus, and Stan's sitting in the back, and I'm sitting across from Blassie, and I call him the general. And he comes in, and he's almost like in tears. He's going, those guys, they didn't give me anything in the ring. And I turn around and I look at Stan. He looks at me, and we both just bust out laughing and said, sometimes it bees that way.
Is it true that when he came into WWF, did you ever go to Vince about Sapphire's name?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I know Slick did too, I think.
Yeah, that's a true story. This is when they came up with this thing, which comes going to go half black, half white. Well, you heard what I said down there.
Right.
That
we're going to ask you about that.
Okay. Too. Yeah. And how do you think this is going to go? I said, this is going to go over great. This is going to be big. I'm lying through my teeth because I figured one of the brothers is going to kick this guy's butt, man. Because I couldn't stand Piper. But I told him, I said, Vince, one other thing too. I said, let me explain something to you. I don't like the idea that you insult my people with it. Oh, what do you mean? I said, you called her Sapphire. I said, that was a racial slur towards black women. I said, you better change her name. Well, I'm going to do it. I didn't know. Nobody told me he's lying because he's just a few years younger than me. You know? Right. He knew that came from the Amos and Andy show. He says, I'm going to change the name. He called her Sweet Sapphire. You know, like, give me a break.
How did you find out that Piper was going to wear the blackface and stuff?
Oh, they called me in the office and told me they were going to do it. This is when I called Vince on the thing about Sapphire, her name.
What was your reaction about the Pipers?
Well, I thought it was the stupidest thing I ever seen. And I figured, let him go ahead and do it. And one of these brothers are going to get, in one of these towns are going to get a hold of him and he's going to be sorry.
When you told Vince about that, what was his reaction?
Well, he thought, we think this is a great idea. This is good. What do you think? Yeah, it sounds great, Vince. Huh. And then after Piper left the room, then that's when I told him about Sapphire. And, I didn't like the idea that he was calling her that.
The one match you guys had was a double count out. Why was there not a decisive finish?
Well, because he was bitching and complaining. He didn't want to. They actually wanted him to put me over. Right. He didn't want to do it. And I said, look, man, I'm not about winning belts. I'm not about winning some phony championships. Right. I'm about making money. You going to pay me? I don't care what we do. One is I ain't going to do no job for him if he ain't going to do one for me. So we can have how about a double count? Sure, no problem.
Do you think you should have went over anyway because Piper was part-time and you were there full-time?
I thought so, but they didn't. And then especially when the pay disparity wound up, he wound up getting $50,000 US and they paid me 10 grand US and 2,000 Canadian. I really, that was it. I said, this is it. I had enough of this.
Did you know Piper from California?
No, I never met him in California. The first time I met him was in Japan. He came over. He was the Canadian masked man or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess when you worked with Jake, what was he like at the time? Did you like him?
I love Jake. I still do. You know, like I said, he's one of the top 3 talents that I enjoyed working with. Dynamite was always my favorite. Jake was second, and Ricky Steamboat. You know, Jake has his problems. It's well known. You know, but as far as the talent goes, the guy was great. And I love working with him. It was a night off. When I worked with him, it was a night off.